You think submarine life is all sonar pings and torpedoes flying through the water? That is the movie version. The real version starts with climbing down a hatch into a steel tube with no windows, no sunlight, and air that smells slightly recycled because it is. You live underwater with more than 100 other people who figure out your sleep schedule, your coffee habits, and your mood swings within a week. Privacy disappears fast. Time feels strange, days blend together. You measure life in watch rotations, not weekends. The submarine runs on procedure, everything has a checklist, everything has a chain of command. Rank matters, but competence matters more because thousands of feet of ocean sit above you, and the ocean does not care about confidence. From the newest sailor trying to earn their dolphins to the captain carrying the weight of the boat, every rank learns the same thing. Beneath the surface, small mistakes feel very large. Level 1, Junior Sailor, E1 to E3. You arrive on your first submarine and within 5 minutes, someone calls you a nub. Non-useful body. It sounds like a joke. It is not. Until you qualify, you're extra weight on a boat that does not carry extra anything. They hand you a qualification card thicker than a small novel and tell you to start memorizing systems that twist through the boat like metal veins. You stand watch at 0200 trying to stay alert while the air feels stale and the hum of machinery never stops. You sleep in a rack that someone else just crawled out of because 3 people rotate through 2 bunks. That is hot racking. You learn to climb quietly, eat quickly, and study constantly. Drills hit without warning. Fire in the galley, flooding forward, reactor casualty simulation. You move because everyone else moves. Chiefs ask questions fast and expect faster answers. Eventually, you sit for your qualification board, sweating while senior sailors dissect your knowledge of every valve and breaker on the boat. When the captain pins dolphins on your chest, the label changes. You are no longer extra weight. You are part of the crew. Level 2, Qualified Submariner / Petty Officer, E4 to E6. You earn your dolphins and everything changes. You are no longer a newbie. Now you stand real watch. Depending on your rate, you might be on sonar tracking contacts, in the control room managing depth and course, in engineering monitoring reactor systems, or in weapons control handling fire control solutions. The boat depends on your station functioning correctly. You supervise junior sailors working toward their own qualifications. You correct mistakes before they become problems. During drills, you respond instead of react. You know where to go. You know what to secure. You know which valve matters. At sea, operations can shift quickly. Contact reports come in, silent running is ordered, conversations drop to whispers. Every sound carries through steel. You learn how much noise a dropped wrench makes underwater. You rotate through watches that blur together. 6 hours on, maintenance, training, maybe sleep, then back again. You are trusted now, which means when something goes wrong at your station, it is your responsibility first. Level 3, Chief Petty Officer, E7. You put on anchors and everything shifts. You're no longer just running a watch station, you run a division. Whether you are engineering, sonar, weapons, or navigation, you are responsible for the sailors who keep that system alive. The commanding officer gives direction to department heads give direction to division officers look to you. If something breaks, slips, or fails inspection, your name enters the conversation quickly. You track qualifications, maintenance schedules, and training readiness. You decide who stands which watch. You mentor junior sailors who are burning out in steel quarters with little privacy and long patrols. Submarines magnify personality issues. You handle them before they reach the XO's desk. During drills, you control response teams, you coordinate damage control efforts, you enforce procedural discipline. Sailors may respect officers, but they listen to chiefs. At this level, you stop worrying about your own performance and start worrying about the boat's culture. Standards either hold or they slide. On a submarine, sliding is not an option. Level 4, Junior Officer. You arrive with a degree, officer training, and the quiet realization that none of that makes you qualified on a submarine. Your first job is learning the boat the same way everyone else did, system by system. Until you qualify, you are studying diagrams, standing supervised watches, and trying to keep up with sailors who already know the equipment better than you do. Eventually, you qualify as officer of the deck. Now you sit in the control room during watch and the boat moves on your orders. Course changes, depth adjustments, contact tracking, navigation corrections. You give commands, but the crew expects those commands to make sense. Confidence helps. Competence matters more. You also manage a division. Sailors report to you, but your chief keeps the division running day to day. You learn quickly that good officers listen to their chiefs. During operations, tension builds quietly, sonar reports contacts, the boat shifts depth. The captain appears in control. Every order passes through you. It feels routine until you remember that thousands of feet of water sit above the hull and everyone on board expects you to stay calm. Level 5, Lieutenant Commander. You stop being the officer learning the boat and become the officer responsible for part of it: engineering, weapons, navigation, communications. Your department keeps one of the submarine's core systems alive, and when something breaks, the repair plan starts with you. Your day moves fast, maintenance reviews in the morning, training checks for junior officers in the afternoon. Then the boat dives and the operational side takes over. You step into control during tactical situations and monitor how the watch team handles contacts. Sonar feeds updates. Fire control begins tracking. You watch the process unfold while making sure procedures stay tight. A mistake here travels quickly through the chain of command. Back in your department, sailors are troubleshooting equipment that has been running for weeks without sunlight or outside support. Parts fail. Systems drift out of calibration. Your job is keeping the mission moving while the crew fixes problems inside a steel hull that cannot simply pull over for repairs. The captain expects answers when something goes wrong. Department heads provide them. Level 6, Executive Officer XO. You become the executive officer, the second in command of the submarine. The captain decides where the boat goes and what the mission is. Your job is making sure the crew and the ship are ready to execute it. Your day starts with reports, maintenance updates, qualification progress, discipline issues. Somewhere in the middle of all that, the boat still has to operate. When drills start, you move through compartments, checking how teams respond. A fire alarm sounds in engineering. Damage control teams rush in. You watch the response and take mental notes for later. The crew knows the XO enforces standards. If someone cuts corners, you hear about it. If qualifications fall behind, you hear about that too. Submarine crews live close together for months, which means small problems grow quickly if ignored. During operations, you stand beside the captain in control. Sonar reports contacts, the helmsman adjusts course, and the boat maneuvers quietly beneath the surface. You observe, ask questions, and make sure the watch team stays sharp. Everyone on board understands one thing: if the captain is the authority of the submarine, the XO is the discipline that keeps the system working. Level 7, Commanding Officer, Commander. You take command of the submarine. The ceremony on the pier ends, the lines are cast off, and the boat submerges. From that moment forward, the mission, the crew, and the submarine itself fall under your authority. Inside the control room, the watch team runs the boat. The officer of the deck manages the watch and carries out your intent. The helmsman controls the rudder and course. The plainsman adjusts the diving planes to control depth and trim. Navigation tracks the boat's position and updates charts. Sonar technicians monitor the ocean around you. Fire control tracks contacts and prepares targeting data if weapons ever become necessary. You move between stations, asking questions and checking the tactical picture. During complex operations, the room grows quiet. Orders move quickly but calmly. The officer of the deck gives helm commands, the boat changes course, and the crew adjusts systems throughout the submarine to keep everything stable. Beyond operations, you command the crew. More than 100 sailors rely on the culture you establish: long patrols, confined spaces, and months away from land test discipline and patience. If morale slips or standards fall, the responsibility points upward. Everything the submarine does carries your name with it: navigation errors, equipment failures, training standards, mission success. Command looks powerful from the outside. Inside the hull, it feels like constant responsibility riding on every decision. Level 8, Group Commander Admiral. Promotion pulls you off a single boat and puts you over many of them. Instead of one crew and one submarine, you oversee several commands at once. Submarine captains report to you. Their readiness, their patrol schedules, and their training results flow through your headquarters. Your day shifts from watch rotations to operational planning. You review deployment timelines, maintenance availability, and crew certification reports. When a submarine returns from patrol, its commanding officer briefs you on what the boat accomplished and what problems surface during the mission. You spend time visiting submarines in port, walking through the control room, speaking with crews, and checking how each command runs its operations. The details still matter. Maintenance delays affect deployment schedules. Training standards affect operational safety. A weak command culture on one submarine can ripple through the squadron. Your focus expands beyond a single hull moving through the ocean. You coordinate how multiple submarines deploy across entire regions. Intelligence requirements, patrol coverage, and fleet priorities shape where boats operate and when they sail. You may no longer sit in the control room during silent operations, but the performance of every submarine under your command reflects the leadership you provide above the surface. Every rank in submarine warfare shares the same environment, a steel hull moving quietly through the ocean. Junior sailors fight to qualify and prove they belong. Petty officers run the equipment that keeps the boat alive. Chiefs enforce standards that keep mistakes from spreading. Officers guide the mission and the crew. As rank rises, the view expands from one submarine to many. The silent service stays out of sight, but every patrol depends on discipline and teamwork inside that hull.